A1Up exit, Star Wars BattlePod, PlayStation 30th, Big Gun Arcades, and the 4KP Jurassic Park flop? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of This Week, the show where we talk about what happened this week in home arcade and I guess retro gaming. What's going on, everybody? I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. Obviously, you've seen the big thing behind me, the latest addition to the arcade. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but that was a big deal, getting that installed and set up and all that. And it's been super awesome. Very fun to get that done this week. Hopefully you've been able to kind of acquire something you've been maybe looking for a while. I got a couple more things I got to check off the list. A couple more things. Just a few more things. Will I be done? Well, I don't know that anybody's ever really done. Nobody's ever really done, right? It just depends on, where you're at. Because by the time you get settled and situated, you decide, hey, I want to do something else. I'd give that same advice to Dak Prescott, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's time for him to maybe just go do, find something else to do, give that money back, give that check back to Jerry Jones, and then go do something else. That's what I would suggest. A little bit bitter. Another Cowboys loss is not good. Another thing that was going on this week that I wasn't able to attend is the Cleveland Gaming Classic again. Kind of wish I would have been there this weekend. Just wasn't able to fit it in with everything going on with Chicago next week. So, but I did see that the Tech Buzz was out there with his incredible setup, covering all the goings on at the Gaming Classic. So it's great to see him out there. So if you were able to kind of make it out there, hope you had a great time. Let me know in the comments section or in the live chat if you had fun. If you had fun, more fun than I had today watching the Dallas Cowboys lose. So a couple things we got to talk about. What am I drinking? After a loss, you gotta soothe. You gotta kind of make amends for that. You gotta recoup and recope, if that's even a word. Basil Hayden toast is in the glass tonight, and it's my go-to, especially when I'm drowning my sorrows in another Cowboys loss. Humiliation is what I would probably call it. But it is what it is. It's the big money curse. You get a big career, you get a big bonus, you get a big signing contract, and then you just fall apart. Absolutely fall apart. But what's not going to fall apart, knock on wood, is this stream. Another thing that we do every single week, besides talking about the horrible loss of our football team and the bourbon that we're drinking, we have a poll question. This week is something based on current events, like yesterday. I saw that GRS, Glenn's Retro Show, Glenn of Glenn's Retro Show and Glenn Retro Show Products, did a video talking about how the arcade community kind of needs to move forward. And then I saw that Media 1Up's CEO, John D., did the same thing. It wasn't pleasant over on another live stream. I think there were some words that went back and forth. Not good. Not a good look for anybody. But I see this desire to move forward and maybe put some of this stuff to bed. I suggest, and I think there was somebody said something about, well, I'll go on a show and we can do it live. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I think that those two need to talk if they both want to talk and figure things out. I think they should, just on a personal level. Forget all the work. I mean, forget all the money. Forget all the other stuff. Just on a personal level, you need to try. If you feel like you've wronged somebody, you need to kind of take that effort and try to make it right. I've heard that some of that stuff is going on behind the scenes. I've even heard that John D would like to work with Glenn. He's part of a new company now, and Glenn is making a huge step into the bigger arcade segment, taking that Replicade and making it even bigger, or not Replicade, but the Build-A-Cade and making it even bigger. So that's pretty exciting for anybody who's into the home arcade. More products, the better. More competition, the better too. And if these two could maybe help each other out and beef up each other's products, that would be awesome. I think that we could win, but personality's got to be put aside, and you got to be able to work, move forward and work past that. So here's my question to you. It's in the chat right now. The home arcade landscape is changing. Would you like to see Media 1Up and GRS work together? So you got 3 different responses. Yes, on a collaborative project, like the two of them come together and they build something, they build something unique and special. Or yes, but just help each other out. So continue to do your own thing, build your own thing separately, but where you can, help each other out, whether it's licensing, whether it's parts and controls, whatever, help each other out. So there's that. There's those two yeses. Or we have a no. Just keep them separated. Just don't even bother. Just don't work together. And maybe that's the right answer. I don't really know what the right answer is, but I really want to know what you think. Is it a good idea for these two to work together? Now, I think just personally, even if they don't work together, I think it's definitely a good idea that they maybe work on some things and patch some things up and hopefully forgive, make amends, and then move forward. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight with the top 10, the first 10 comments every single night. We talk to at least the top 10, the first 10 comments that are coming in. And we got we have a regular Kevin Clausen. As soon as the live stream was posted, came in clutch in the number one spot first because of the thirst. Well, I hope I can quench that thirst. That sounds creepy. Never mind. Forget I said that. Coming in the number second spot is Dan Z. What's going on, buddy? At 19K Fox. Always a great day to see you, man. Always a great day to be seen. And also a great day to get a super chat. This one is $5 coming to me from Kevin Clausen. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat and continue to support the channel. This show is like an arcade machine, and I'm the sucker that keeps pumping quarters in. FYI, if the Giants win Thursday, the season is over. It's kind of tough to argue with that logic. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat, buddy. But that is a ticket, and it's a one-way ticket to the pit.
Finish him. Molina wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Coming in the number 3 spot is Angelo P. What's going on, buddy? Evening, Fox and chat. Has anyone seen or heard from Cyrus? Is he missing? Should we put his picture on Prime bottles so Gen Z can let us know if they have seen him? I have no idea what happened to him. He's been missing for quite some time. I mean, the last time we officially saw him was on a box for the Slim Katie. I don't know. Kind of weird. But wherever he is, I hope he's safe and secure. And I'm sure he's saying the word absolutely over and over again. Coming in number 4 spot is Huge Success Gil. What's going on, buddy? Hi, Fox. Looking forward to the stream. Just wanted to say the AtGames 4KP patches work great for me. No issues with the Addams family or the next generation tables anymore. The ramp graphics are minor to me. So they might be there, but they really don't affect gameplay. That is really good to hear. Huge Success Gil. Thank you so much for chiming in and being the number 4 comment in the live stream. Coming in the number 5 spot is JJ. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Fox, looking forward to the show. PS5 30th. Star Wars BattlePod, outstanding. David McIntosh, should we be surprised? Or should we have seen this coming? 4K pinball, I want, but too much money. There's a lot going on in that comment. But thank you so much for being here, buddy, and putting it down, putting your stamp on every single topic tonight. That's awesome. You missed one. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Coming in the number 6 spot is Game Broker 84. Hi, Fox. Happy Sunday. Is the AtGames Jurassic Park finally going to get you to buy one, or are you like me and want to wait for a potential Back to the Future? I guess time will tell. Back to the Future is a day one buy for me. Back to the Future is you're going to get my money. Jurassic Park, we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll talk about exactly how I feel. But Back to the Future would be an absolute day one buy. No questions asked. Thank you so much for being here. Coming in the number 7 spot is Frank D. Angelo P. He's doing just fine. Sitting in his office, grinning ear to ear in a Harry Potter robe. Oh my God. How did you know? How did you know? Coming in the number 8 spot. What's going on? Ardith Bay. Ardith B? Bay. Ardith Bay. Let's go with that. Hey, Fox, the Star Wars BattlePod looks amazing. Seeing that and the Star Wars trilogy cabinet behind you, I'm going to have to drown my jealousy in bourbon every time you stream. Well, listen, put that jealousy away and, just have bourbon instead. Love that stuff. Really good. Thank you so much for being here, and sorry for making you jealous, but hey, it is what it is. Coming in the number 9 spot is Andy's Game Room. Congrats on the Star Wars BattlePod. Thank you. It's a long time coming, but I'm absolutely glad I got it. And rounding out the top 10 is Jason, Lil Alien, the greatest moderator of all time. Good day, Sir Fox. Hope your weekend was filled with fun and family. The BattlePod was an amazing ad. So glad it was able to fit. Yeah, you and me both. Catch you tonight. Yeah, it's one of those things where I took some measurements. The measurements on the website had it missing my drop ceiling by half an inch. Luckily, if you saw the video, it actually wasn't that bad. But yeah, that would have been catastrophic. So I'm glad that they overestimated and didn't underestimate the height. That would have been really, really bad. We also got Gallagher Guy, another member of the channel. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. On here 5 hours early and still didn't make it up tonight. Sorry, it's a crowded space. Absolutely. Dan Z, of course, is here. Kevin is, of course, here. Milk Man Classic. What's up, Fox? Love the battle. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Bob, how the hell are you? Another channel member. Always good to see you. Show Gecko is here. Dark Empire is also here. And Kevin Clausen is also here again with another $5. Hey, Fox. I forgot to mention, if you caught James' stream last night, my account got hacked a couple times. A likely story, Kevin, if that is your real name.
Finish him! Scorpion wins. Fatality.
I need a little ointment for that burn, buddy. I gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, hacked. I hope you get that all fixed up. That'd be really good. Yeah. Frank D is here. James hates everything, or he's mildly annoyed with some things. Is here. King Midas with the touch. Golden touch is here. Gotham Basketball and Sports. What's going on, man? Good to see you. JJ is here. Brooklyn the Menace is also here. Gramps Arcade. Who else we got? We got Jim V, Pacer fan. I think there's more than one Pacer fan, but you take the crown in this live stream, buddy. Retro Roofer is also here. Jolly Green, what is going on, buddy? Hey there, keep them separated. Too much bad blood. Keep them separated. I hear you. Decadent Dave is also here. And who else we got? I think that's pretty much Jay Cuts. Yeah, well, what can you do? Sir Sega, how you doing, buddy? Chris North by Northwest, great to see you as always. Fire Island HD, what's going on? And Cowboys win? Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, we can't have it all. Fire Island, we cannot have it all. MSU Rich, what's going on, buddy? Always good to have you here as well. Phil Harmonics, what's going on? Miss Chammy G, how the hell are you? I missed a live stream, and that probably was a good thing that I didn't have to see the messy drama. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I guess maybe a little drama is okay, but at some point it does get a little icky, right? It does get a little icky. Nozapalooza, what's going on, buddy? That's kind of what I've been told. Absolutely. Mr. Clutch, the Mr. Clutch. Vasel, what's going on, buddy? Saved by Zero. Did we get everybody? I want to say out of most of you anyway. Saved by the Zero. Mr. Clutch. I think I said Mr. Clutch. And Mike Hawkhurst is here. Huge Mets game tonight. So have the two screens going. Hope everyone has a great night. Go Mets. They're a baseball team, right? Bobby 1 ALU. What's going on, buddy? I think that's pretty much everybody. Odd but Cools is here. There we go. We all have redeeming qualities, don't we? Okay, that's pretty much everybody. Listen, we got a lot to get into. The cornercade is into the building. Everybody, what's going on? That's right, chat. Let's go. So let's go. Okay, so everybody's here. Danny's here telling everybody to go. So let's go ahead and go into the first topic. And let's start off with the AtGames, the 4KP, the Jurassic Park fail, flop, disaster. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Depends on what you think. So let's go ahead and talk about that reveal that happened this week. The latest and greatest, the newest version of the 4KP, the newest addition to the 4KP family of themed pinball machines is another dinosaur-themed cabinet machine, table, whatever you want to call it. And it is Jurassic Park. Now, if you watched P-Dub stream, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Multicade Tuesday. For some reason, the man does what the man wants. But I think it was Tuesday. He had his live stream, and he was pointing out that some of you out there in the community were able to take. I think you messed with the saturation of the actual image, and you saw that the outline of the Jurassic Park logo was on the side. So, kind of spoiler alert, or it was spoiled by the community. That is sleuthy to no end. We're going to find out what's going on for sure. So maybe next time AtGames, just put a generic pinball shape up there. That way we can't guess. But in any event, there it is. This is a starter premium. So I let me just say right off the bat that I kind of like that. In fact, I think that's probably the way that they should have all been. I like the starter premium. I like kind of let us know what the base model is, and we can add to it whatever we want. I've been going back and forth about this. It's nice to just get it all in one package. That's great. But it's also nice to just have a starter package, a premium. Don't call it premium. Just say start. This is your starter kit. This is your 4K starter. And here we go. Quit adding premium to everything. It's not necessary. It's already a premium device, depending on, I guess, how you figure the word premium fits in. But here is the actual cabinet itself. We're going to talk about some of the artwork in a minute, but this is what you get. This is obviously no topper. There's not going to be any SSF, none of that stuff going on. But this is it. If you like Jurassic Park, I think you're probably going to be, for the most part, happy with this. There are some design choices. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's talk more about what are you going to actually get when you go to the website, when you check this out, and you go to click on this. There are going to be some options. I believe this is a little bit different than the way it's been structured before, but I just want to just throw it out there right now. So when you go to the website and you want to get your Jurassic Park 4KP, you're going to have 4 different options. You're going to choose like the package, right? You can just pick the standard starter factory direct package. This is the lowest option. It's going to be $1,100. This is going to be shipped from their warehouse in China. So it's going to take you a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe, to actually get your hands on this. But if you're not jonesing for some 4KP pinball action, and if you can wait, there's some money to be saved for sure. So just go ahead and go with the $1,100 version, and away you go, right? So that's the starter version right there. They're also giving you a starter version factory direct with the SS kit installed. So the surround sound kit installed is an additional $500. It's not cheap at all, but if that's something you're interested in, and you can also wait a few weeks, 3 weeks maybe, to get your hands on this. I think that I would imagine there would be a little bit longer lead time because of the installation time it takes to actually put the SF kit in there. But there you go. There's your second option right there. Of course, there's the third option, which is your U.S. Warehouse, shipped from the U.S. So your delay in actually getting your hands on your machine is going to be much lower. So you're looking at a $150 increase if you want to get your hands on it quicker. It's kind of like free shipping and having to pay for shipping in a way. So that's just kind of the way I look at it. So that's the way that's going to shake out. And then your fourth option is going to be the U.S. warehouse plus the SF kit installed. There you go. So $1,750. I have heard a lot of good things about the SSF kit. The SSF? Yes, I'm putting too many S's on this. The surround sound kit. I've heard a lot of good things about the surround sound kit from more than one person. Not just the sycophantic suck-ups of AtGames. Some people that just say that AtGames does everything great. Not those people. People that actually just are impartial and say, yeah, listen, it really adds a lot because of the way that they can kind of maneuver the sound around. It's like the ball sounds like it's over there and it's over there, and it makes a big difference. So is it worth the additional $500? That I don't know. That I really don't know. I would have to do a side-by-side comparison. It would be really nice to maybe see AtGames in Chicago, and then if they had, one of each, like side by side, 2 tables, one's got the SSF kit in it, one does not. I would love to be able to do the before and after. The only other way to do that is to pay, I think, the $300 or $400. Can't remember what the price is. I think it's $400. Get the kit, separate from your table or from your machine. Play your machine and then install it yourself and then see what the difference is. Of course, that's a big commitment there. Once you've bought it, you've bought it. But so is it worth the price? I don't really know exactly if it's going to be worth that extra money, but there are your options. They are changing things up just a little bit. Of course, you can go in there and you can get your topper and all that. The topper looks really, really good. It's one of the coolest looking toppers, but $150, $200, is that really worth it for the topper? I don't know. Your mileage may vary on that for sure, but it is nice to be able to just kind of add that later. If you want to save, maybe the SSF kit. The SSF kit is just, that's what you want. You got to have that, and you don't care about anything else. Well, then just go with that, But back to the actual artwork itself, I think that's probably the only thing. The machine itself is the machine, right? It's the same machine that everybody else has. So that's not what we're judging here. We're judging the theme and how it was applied to this cabinet itself. But you can play these games on all of them. It doesn't matter. Addams Family, it's not like Addams Family can't play Jurassic Park. That's not the way this works. So Judging this, I did notice, and some people said this before, that the front of the cabinet, I think P-Dub said this in his video, the front of the cabinet is lacking a little bit if you're looking at it dead on, which is kind of how you're going to look at it, right? When you're playing this game, you're not going to be looking at the side panels. You're going to look at the front of it. And I think he was making the joke, P-Dub made the joke about the lack of dinosaurs. I just think it looks like it should be in front of a dispensary. I mean, it looks like you got, some of that good stuff, maybe up in Colorado, all over the front of this machine. I mean, it's everywhere. It's the apron is even it's all leaves. It's all shrubbery. Okay, if that's what you're into, I guess if, this is kind of the vegetarians, game, I don't really know. But that is a little bit, it's like a missed opportunity there. If you look at the sides, the left side definitely looks better than the right side. The right side does have that iconic first shot of the dinosaurs when they're kind of, the brontosauruses are coming out of the water and on the shore. That's fine, but it does make it look a little bit lame on the right-hand side. The left-hand side's a little better. You got the orange as a better contrast to all the green. I like that. But yeah, it is kind of playing on the front. It really is. Especially when you consider that they just did another dinosaur-themed table machine, didn't they? Yeah, it's kind of weird. In fact, some of us said when they did that table or machine, I forget the terminology. I guess we'll go with machine. When they did that machine, I was saying, why didn't they just do, Jurassic Park? Well, they did. But now we are kind of in this odd pickle where I kind of think that the artwork on the plain Jane non-Jurassic Park version looks a little better. I mean, I just think that it looks better. You have a Triceratops on the left. If you're talking about the other one, right? I even forget what it's called, Dinosaur Dynasty. You have the Triceratops on the left. You have the T-Rex on the right. I mean, you have more going on. And when you're looking dead on at the front, you actually have I think it was like a Velociraptor, or no, I think it was a giant weird mosquito, and then a pterodactyl on the very front, right? You got more going on there. They also have the better speaker grills on the Dinosaur Dynasty as well. So I think it's a better looking cabinet. So the joke was, it's not, spoiler alert. What are you doing, man? We talked about that. We spoke about this many times. The joke on P-Dub's live stream, and others have said, why don't you just take that and slap the Jurassic Park logo on it? I kind of agree, because if you think about it, if you look at it, you could have the Jurassic Park logo on the lower front of the cabinet. So down by the tail of the Triceratops and the T-Rex. You can, and then, just kind of swap out the logo on the top there. And I think it's a better looking machine. I really think it is. Now I took my little eraser tool and I erased the topper on the Dinosaur Dynasty, because that's just, I wanted to give a good comparison. But you could maybe, if you could buy the Dino Dynasty and a 3-pack of Jurassic Park stickers, and then you could sell your topper. I mean, come on. And then all you gotta do, you could buy the Jurassic Park topper separately from AtGames, and there you just build. It's like GRS's 4KP. You build your own. You just kind of correct all their mistakes. I think it's a missed opportunity. So is it a flop? I don't think it's a flop. I don't think that it's. I mean, it's Jurassic Park. It's kind of hard to go wrong with Jurassic Park. It's kind of hard to miss that. But I think that it is funny that, in my opinion, I would totally change my tune if they had that same orange side art on the left. If that was also on the right, I think that would probably, all right, that's good enough, and then if they would do that and then add something on the front somewhere, how about a big pile of crap? I mean, come on, you could have some of the characters from the game on there. I don't know if you can use their likenesses, but come on, this is a movie about dinosaurs. Throw some dinosaurs on there in the bush, peeking their little heads out, something, anything. I think it's just, so I just thought that was weird. So while I don't know, I think it's a fail on the artwork side. I think that it's probably a little lackluster. The topper makes up for a lot of it for sure. But the question that I got earlier was, is this going to move the needle for you, Fox? Is this something that you've been waiting for? Is this finally going to be your jumping off point? Are you finally going to get a 4KP? No. I mean, I'm still I'm waiting for a sale now. There's nothing here that I see that is just making me I got to have it. I could sit here and wait for a sale and I could buy any number of these, I'm still leaning towards Attack from Mars, honestly. I mean, even though I love dinosaurs, don't get me wrong. Neither one of these really do it for me. I would probably go with an Attack from Mars for sure. I think it just stands out a lot more, the color scheme and everything, and it's drawing inspiration from an actual table, so I think that's cool. The Star Trek, I'm a big fan of original Trek. When you're old, this happens, right? I'm a fan of original Star Wars and original Trek. So the fact that they got the new stuff on there, if it was all TNG, that'd be one thing, but it's not even that. You got the Kelvin timeline on there, so I'm not digging that. So I think I'd probably just lean towards the original or the recreation, Attack from Mars. Jurassic Park just doesn't do it for me. It is what it is. Sorry. Especially when you consider you can play all of these games, no matter the machine. It's a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know that AtGames is trying to sell a particular themed, machine. I think it is what it is for them. I think they just want to sell machines. And so they're giving you as many options as possible to get you to buy. So AtGames, if you want to get me to buy, I'm not asking for a deal. I don't want to be in your influencer program. I don't want any early access. I just want you to offer Back to the Future to all of us. I want you to do that. Guess what, kids? Great Scott. I'll be in. Okay, moving on to something that's not really fun. It's a kind of a personnel issue. A1Up, unfortunately, is not releasing anything new, so we got to talk about stuff that maybe isn't the greatest, the funnest stuff to talk about. Not really relevant to the stuff we enjoy, right? The games, the products, the stuff that they've come out with. We talked about last week is just not interesting to me. I do think that at least trying to do like the claw machine is something different. So the idea that they want to do something different is interesting. Just the idea, but not the product itself, not the thing that they're pursuing. I'm just not digging it. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, claw machine, I'm in. So that's good for them. But beyond that, if you're an arcade fan looking for more arcade recreations, you're just not getting it. You're just not getting it, sadly. And so instead of talking about that stuff, we're talking about other stuff. So if you go on over to their website, you'll find the latest information on all their. Damn it, they got to fix that. Okay, let me see if I can't. Okay, the website's not going to work. Let me go to the back door. Oh, here we go. Let's go to this slide that I made earlier. So unfortunately, this is like trying to think of a good analogy for this. This is like if you had the Avengers, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and all of the superheroes started dying off. Like we lost Robert Downey Jr., we lost Iron Man, so he's done, and then we lost Cap, so that's two big hits, man, right there. Ooh, what are they gonna do, And then we also lost Black Widow. Oh, that's rough. Endgame was a hell of a movie, right? But then in that same movie, or maybe the next movie, we lost the Hulk. Like he was just done. Like he's cured, so there's no more Hulk. Oh, that kind of sucks. And then Thor went to Asgard and never came back. That's so like what? So then you're at some point you're like, who is in the? Why would I watch the Avengers if they're all gone? The founding members of A1Up are basically done. I mean, those that were there in the early days that had the biggest impact, they're all gone. Because D-Mac, David McIntosh, was the last one to kind of shoot a drop, right? Rumors were swirling that he was actually gone, and he confirmed it on his personal X, his Twitter account, his X-Twitter, he X'd, I don't know how, what I don't know what this is. He exclaimed, I guess is what they call this, instead of a tweet. But here's what he said. He said, I want to take a moment to personally address some recent news. After a rewarding journey, I will be parting ways with Tastemakers. It has been an incredible experience working with such a talented team and being part of the gaming community that we've built together. I need you to understand that I've spent the last 6.5 years working on this brand, about 1/5 of my life. I even moved countries. I think he's from Canada originally, to continue to help its growth. Before it even launched, I was responsible for drawing up the plans with my team alongside the few employees and partners, agencies, etc., tastemakers had at the time to take this product to market. These same plans included working alongside this passionate community I am addressing today. Helping build the fourth biggest brand in gaming is one of the proudest accomplishments of my career, and it couldn't have been done without the folks reading this right now. All that said, it was time for a change. And he went on to say that they parted ways. He's gone. He left. Now, I don't know. Was he fired? Did he quit? I could see both happening. We're not privy to sales numbers. I have no idea. We are privy to some of the announcements, some of the arrangements, some of the funding that they have been seeking. And that tends to kind of not bode well for a company that's not producing anything. There's nothing really new coming out at all. So one would be forgiven if they decided that if you just sort of surmise that, well, maybe this is them trying to pay off debt. Maybe they're just moving money around. Maybe they're just trying to stay afloat. Not bad. You're right. That's not bad. I'm looking at this the wrong way, Goofyfoot. You're exactly right. He's Spider-Man. Oh, we just lost Spider-Man. Oh, it's horrible. I can't. Oh, it's horrible. Oh man, that's messed up. Yeah. So that's definitely not. It's not good. It's not good. So what are we left to surmise here? Well, I think I told this to somebody. If somebody said something, they sent this to me in Fox. What do you think? And I said, well, I think I'd be more interested in hearing about hirings than firings. But that appears to be all we're hearing about. Hey, we got some more money. We borrowed some more money. Hey, here's a couple products you hate. Oh, by the way, we're firing people, or we're letting them go. So it's a layoff, it's a firing, or they just decided to quit. So if things are going well, doesn't really you usually don't quit a place that you enjoy working. Usually not, unless there's some kind of pay issue or whatever. So it doesn't really bode well for what's going on at A1Up. And this is just the latest sign that things are going bad for A1Up. And it is sad because this is definitely one of the companies that had the biggest influence on this community. It brought a lot of people together that maybe were intimidated by arcades. They're compromised machines, sure. But a lot of people were able to get their hands on these things, and we could build them together, and we could play, we could have fun, and we could share modifications and stories. And I could buy one and put it together and make a video and show you what I had to do to get this thing together and working, and you could decide if you wanted it or not. And then we could wait for deals and all that. I mean, all that was just fun. It was really, really fun. But a lot of the fun is disappearing on the RK1-Up side of the ball. And listen, all good things must come to an end. Maybe that's just what this is. Maybe this is just another sign that RK1-Up is just, maybe they're done for real, or at least lost, not really knowing where they're going. So it's a shame when somebody is fired or feels like they have to leave. So it kind of sucks. It is what it is. You never know. You never know. Beck and Dave. Maybe that will happen. Maybe that will happen. Maybe they could work together again. I think John D actually did hire him back in the day, back because founding member, right? But I think it's just another sign of a company in decline, not really knowing where they want to go, not knowing what they want to do, having a lack of focus, and losing people that were pretty influential, yes, in the beginning of the company, helped form it. It's not good, but personally, I hope that DMAC is able to kind of, land on his feet and keep going and find a new home. You got to make money, you got to live, but you also got to find something that you're passionate about. I think from all I can surmise, I think he did find that. And so hopefully he can stay in that industry and continue to kind of build that passion. Because what's the old saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. That's nice. I wouldn't know what that's about. But seemed like he got a little taste of that. So hopefully he can keep on going. So DMAC, best of luck to you, buddy. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But I think you're probably, to be honest with you, I think you're probably jumping off a sinking ship. Moving on to the next topic, but before we do, we have a $2 super chat coming to me from Baysell. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat. It is worth getting the SSF kit. Don't get without it. Don't do it. You have to do it. thank you so much for another. This is another. Listen, this is what I'm hearing. Everybody's telling me that this is worth it, or it makes a huge difference. That's what they're saying, And I think that if you're really going for an immersive experience, I know that like with the BattlePod and really any kind of sound system, even a cheap sound bar, for your home theater, without that subwoofer giving you that rumbling bass, it is lacking. So I can imagine that subwoofer and those speakers make a big difference. So thank you so much for your $2 super chat, brother. Always do appreciate it. And here you go. What's going on, Steve? Thanks so much for being here, buddy. D-Mac is a decent dude. Wish him the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wish him the best. James says, I've just received word Emperor Dora has dissolved the council perfectly. The last remnants of the old regime have been swept away. I think I've heard that somewhere. Wow, like in a movie, in a Star Wars movie. Speaking of Star Wars movie, boom, look what I got. So this is the one I've been talking about for a long time. I've been teasing this cabinet for a while. It is a reason why I haven't purchased a lot of other stuff this year. And I'm kind of glad that A1Up has been slacking because it allowed me to make room in the budget for the Star Wars BattlePod. I absolutely love it. If you saw the video, you got a glimpse into what it took to actually get this thing shipped to the house, to get it uncrated, the parts that it comes in. So for those of you that didn't watch the video, I'll give you a little bit of information. So basically the pedestal you're looking at, the TV, basically the monitor with the side panels and the base, that's all one, and it has casters underneath. The big marquee, the topper, the Star Wars BattlePod marquee, that comes off. And then the seat is attached by 4 bolts and then a wiring connection. For the subwoofer, the small I say small because it looks small. It's probably a little 6-inch subwoofer directly underneath. What's going on, JR? Good to see you, man. Yes, B's custom that he built was inspired by this, and it's his custom. It was absolutely awesome. He did a hell of a job on that for sure. This is the real deal. This is what inspired him to do that, and B's got a lot of skill. B also told me he hated me. When I told him he was getting this, B said, I hate you. And that hurt me greatly. It stung. Friends should never hate friends. It's okay. It was an envious hate. But I did tell him it leads to the dark side. So this is what it looks like in my arcade. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I had 3 racing cabinets side by side. So you know that one of those is missing. I knew that I was going to have to make some sort of a sacrifice. I think this was absolutely worth it to get this. Now, with this being here, with these 2 games specifically, because the pod has that center stack in the middle, you've got a lot of room on either side. So that deck is stainless steel. So I can lay on the deck and reach around. I can turn on Crazy Taxi and Outrun independently without having to move anything around. That was kind of a challenge when I had 3 racers side by side. But when I had 3 racers side by side, I had a lot more room over here in this dead spot you can't see. I've got Outrun over here. The space between Outrun 2 and the wall is now 26 inches. It's pretty tight. Especially when you consider I have my little shelf over here with all my media, all my games and stuff over here. And of course, that means that something had to go. So temporarily, Cruising World is out in the it's next to the barn, or the bar, not the barn. It's not next to the barn. It's next to the bar and the Constitution of the United States. This is over in the other part of the basement. This is where it will stay for a little while. You know, this has that Unico monitor in it. As soon as I get my Unico replacement board, I have to swap that out, and I need to do another video so we can see if that actually fixes all the problems. So really the one major problem with that is that they cut the image off. This is a great cabinet. This is one I purchased from another arcade, refurbisher, just like BattlePod. So this thing is in great shape. I really haven't had I didn't really need to do anything to it. I swapped out the monitor because they had just a flat screen TV in it, and I just didn't like that. I added some padding to the seats, but this is going to stay out here till I get that board, till I fix it. And then unfortunately, I'm going to have to sell it. Yeah. It was difficult, but what do you do? So this one, like I said, this one I bought and I didn't have to do much work to it. I swapped out the marquee, put the Unico 26-inch in it. What else did I do? I added some foam to the seat to make it soft, make it more cushiony for extended gameplay. But I didn't do much beyond that. Everything else worked pretty good. Really no issues. And I put a lot more work into these two cabinets, Outrun 2 and especially Crazy Taxi. All the work I did, if you saw those video series, I put a ton of work into these two cabinets, especially Crazy Taxi. That thing, I had to go down to the freaking frame. That thing had to be blown apart completely. Everything, stuff was replaced and painted, and some custom work was done to kind of get that thing to where it is now. I really could not part with either one of these two. And Outrun 2 is such a fun game. It's like, well, if I had to keep one racing cabinet, it would be Outrun 2, and I'd probably get rid of Crazy Taxi. But I don't have to, luckily. So this is what I'm going to keep, and this is what I'm going to have to sell, unfortunately. Listen, this is just when you have an arcade of a limited size, this is what you got to do. You got to make some concessions. This is also why you see, Star Wars trilogy, the Star Wars arcade trilogy by Sega, the classic. That's why that is out in the garage. That's going to be sold as well. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and send the board off and have it fixed and then try to sell it, or if I just want to sell it as is. Now, the outside is beautiful. Got all new artwork on it, T-molding and everything else, and it looks great. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that. Do I want to just bite the bullet and sell it for whatever I can get for it, or fix it and then sell it for a little bit more? I don't know. I'm on the fence. So those are two games I'm going to have to part with, and it sucks, but decisions have to be made. It's no, Fox. Get a warehouse. I can't do that, man. I can't. Hey, oh, there we go. Sell it to me, Fox. Bring it to Chicago. Well, I guess I could. But Kevin, I got to fix it first. If you're talking about Star Wars, I got to fix that. But if you're talking about, Cruising World, I got to get that board in there, man. I got to see, we got to hold Unico accountable. I got to make sure that board's going to do what they say it's going to do. I have a monitor with a known problem. Will this fix it? We got to know. We got to get to the bottom of it. So I got to do that first. And, if I can get that done before Chicago, we'll talk. We'll talk about it. I will deliver for an astronomical fee. Crazy Taxi is just a fun game that you can jump in for a minute. Great to have some of those around, and it's different, right, Vaisal? It's different. It's not just a racing cabinet where you just race around a track. Those can get kind of stale. So it's variety too. I've got a racer, an Outrun 2 where I can do some drifting, and I'm racing kind of a traditional road course. And then I've got Crazy Taxi, which is different. Set the difficulty level down a little bit, and then you can have a lot of fun with that thing for sure. Get that money going. And then, of course, you got that sweet soundtrack from the 90s. It's awesome. It's an iconic cabinet for sure. And it's a Naomi cabinet. So there's a couple more games I could actually swap in it. There's not a lot, but there are a couple more. I think it's, Safari Jamboree is one that I could throw in there. Club Kart Racing 2. So I could potentially just swap in different games. It's possible. What's going on, B? What's going on? Put a PC in it and run Supermodel 3 version of Star Wars Trilogy. It's not a bad idea. But I want to keep it, I don't know, I want to keep it original. I've got the original board in there and everything. I'd like to see if I can get it fixed. There's a Sega guy, I think he lives out in California, that I want to send it to and see if we can't get it fixed. See if we can't preserve one more cabinet. It's got a CRT in it, got some burn in, but let's see if we can't preserve it. Maybe pass it on to somebody else. Maybe I can sell it to a local arcade company or a local arcade that is just they need something, that would be something I think that I would get a storage cade. Call it the storage cade. But there are some questions about this beautiful machine. Where did I get it? How did I get it? You know my story. I usually go on Facebook and find stuff, and then I drive all over God's creation, get my U-Haul trailer, I take off with my coffee, and I go find these machines. I bring them home and I refurbish them, all that stuff. And if you're interested in that kind of content, I got a bunch of videos on my channel. It's the Arcade Rehab playlist. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. I have a ton of fun. But this is not the case with this one. I did buy this from a company that refurbishes these things because I'm not going to just find one of these on Facebook Marketplace. The company I went to, the one I used, they're located in Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia. I think they're near Philadelphia, just north of Philadelphia. It's called M&P Amusement. Now, this is just one company of many out there, so definitely want to check around. You can do a simple Google search, click shopping once you type in the cabinet that you're looking for, and see what comes up. But M&P is a company that I used. The only negative I can say about M&P is that their estimate to get it done wasn't quite accurate, but I understand that they were waiting on different parts. That's just, it is what it is. Once you tear into a machine, it ends up taking a little bit longer. And then once I put my money down, I was just put into the queue. That's the way that goes. They've got all these other projects ahead of me. They're not going to stop and put mine in up above somebody else's or in front of the line. So I had to wait, but it was absolutely worth the wait. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. If you go to the website right now, it says you have to call for price. That usually means that they don't have one. They don't have one. They're trying to find one, or maybe the one they have is in a little bit of rough shape. And so it's going to cost a little bit more. So if you want to know if they have one, you can call that number right there. I did link their website in the video that I did about the BattlePod. So you can check that out. But you got the BattlePod 42-inch arcade. That's the one that I purchased. And if you're crazy, and if you've got maybe you've got a garage. I think B, you've actually got a garage, don't you? If you've got a garage that you're not using, or maybe you decided, I'll park the car outside. It's worth it. They have an actual BattlePod, the deluxe version, for about $8,200 right now. Now, of course, shipping is going to be a killer. It was about $600 to ship mine to me, and that was a single pallet. It was an oversized pallet, but that really wasn't bad. Of course, I'm, in Northern Kentucky, almost in Ohio, and they're only in Pennsylvania, so it wasn't that far to get that truck there. But if you saw the video, it's packaged excellently. But this would be probably a little bit more because of the size of it, but it is an option for you. So if you're curious about it, I can vouch for them. The worst thing I can say about them is it took a little bit longer than they said, but the product is great. It's raw. You can see it. It's rocking now. It's beautiful. It's immersive, and it is the way you probably want to go if you're looking for something a little bit newer. This is 2015 when this was released, so it's not new, but it sure as hell ain't old, especially when you consider some of the other stuff I have in my collection. A lot of these games are from the 90s. I mean, the Astro City is from 93. So, what was that, 31 years ago? Wow, I'm incredibly old. But so if you're looking for something a little bit newer, you probably want to go with a company like this. So whatever it is, if you're looking for something like that, that is definitely a company that I can vouch for, and I can say, hey, listen, check it out. This is pinball money expensive. It is, but I will say, I'll go ahead and share with you the price that I had. It was $5,600, so less than $6,000 to purchase mine. So that's about what you can expect, So to get it shipped, about $5,600. So not terrible, not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, I'm excited about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for kind of being patient with me. I know I've been teasing that for a little while, and thank you for watching the video because the video did pretty good. The video did pretty damn good. You click that over there. Click it over there. It's definitely something I'm proud of. I'm happy to receive. Almost as happy as a $2 super chat. Another one from Vaso. What's going on, buddy? Thank you for another $2 super chat. Can you load the broken machine with a Mr. FPG? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, okay. So it's not a JAMA connection. It's a Sega Model 3. So it's not just a single JAMA connection. It's multiple connections. You could modify it. I'm sure you could modify the controls to plug it to it, but it's not a JAMA Edge. So it's not just plug and play, direct plug and play. I'm sure there's adapters you can buy. There's a lot of that in the home arcade community, different adapters for different, you could take a JAMA connector and break it out to connect to multiple different boards based on what you're trying to do. But you got to do a lot of research. Take your time if you want to do something like this. But it's not quite that easy. But you could absolutely gut it because you're only talking about a flight stick and 2 buttons for the controls. That's the great thing about Sega Arcade Trilogy, is that it's It's pretty simple, really. Now, you may have to replace the stock flight stick with a different kind of flight stick, but you absolutely can do it. You could just gut it, keep the CRT, and put a PC in there and run it that way. And then you could follow B Kong's advice. I think he's built a couple of these, and you could go that route for sure. So it's possible, but we do get back to that age-old problem that I have, and that is space in my arcade. And the reason I went with this beautiful cabinet right here, honestly, above all, besides the fact that it's cool, it was expensive, but I thought if I'm only going to have room for one Star Wars machine in my arcade, BattlePod is absolutely where it's at. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, brother. Got to blow you up. Got to give you something special. And here you go.
Can't you do any better?
Thank you so much for your super chat, buddy. As always, love the super chats. Keep them coming. And guess what? Messiah is right on the queue with the $1.99 super chat. Real question is, where are you going to fit the Nova Blast? Maybe over here. I'm thinking I got the real one, the real Astro City. So I'm thinking that maybe move the Astro City closer and then the Nova Blast behind it. But I don't know. I don't know, because I think that the Nova Blast is thinner, so maybe I can take the Nova Blast and push it against the wall there, and then you can still see the Astro City. But you got to see the Astro City. The Astro City is OG, So we'll see. We'll see what it is. Only time will tell. Thank you so much for $2 super chat, brother. As always, good to see you here. Got to give you something a little bit different. Not that, not this. How about well, he'll love this.
Finish him. Sub-Zero wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Yes, I do. I do have one. And it is right here. I know you didn't win, but you can contact me at 19kfox1@gmail.com. Email me 19kfox1@gmail.com. And I will absolutely get back to you. So yes, I absolutely do have that is just for the channel. So email me questions, whatever you want, pictures, anything at all. I always get back to my lovely viewers that email me for sure. So anyway, that's the latest and greatest in my arcade. More videos to come. The only thing my only hesitation, and I can't believe the other video wasn't flagged for it, probably because I had the volume down, is that beautiful John Williams music. Because YouTube, when it comes to to Disney and all that, YouTube don't play. Okay, let's talk about some console news. I know this is weird, like, Fox, what are you doing? There's a reason, there's a method to this madness, and it's because we're talking about retro. We're talking about going back at nostalgia, really, and boom, here's the nostalgia that I'm talking about. PlayStation has done it again. We've seen this time and time again. This is how they get you. And you start talking about 30th anniversaries or 20th anniversaries or 10th anniversaries, any kind of anniversaries. This is where you're at. So they just announced this week, Sony did, the 30th anniversary collection of devices, things you can buy, right, to celebrate 30 years of PlayStation. I feel a couple different ways about this, but let's first off, just right off the bat, I love, I'm a sucker for this stuff. I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I'm self-described. PlayStation fanboy is what it is. It's okay. I'm seeking counseling. How dare you? No, it's just, you can't say that. What are you talking about? This stuff is beautiful. I love the gray. The matte gray look is awesome. I love the fact that it's pretty much everything they make. Pretty much almost everything they make. We're going to get back to that in just a second. But you can see the whole collection is going to be done up in the 30th anniversary. It's going to look great. Let's look at the first thing, the thing that I'm most interested in. It is the PlayStation 5 Slim, the one that they just came out with. I have one. I just bought it. I got the disc drive. I think that, let's right off the bat, we don't know what any of this stuff costs. We ain't got a damn clue. We ain't got no idea what this is going to cost. I mean, no clue. So, bearing that in mind, knowing that there's going to be some kind of a price hike or there's a premium price, I'm most interested in this because this I can probably justify if I sell my PlayStation 5 and get rid of that. Sell my PlayStation 5 and maybe some of the console covers. I can probably pick up a couple, maybe $300, and then I could throw it in on this. And it's not just the actual machine itself, the console itself. You're going to get the console, you're going to get the controller, which is going to be included. They are going to include a plate, which is really nice, an additional cover for the disk drive that is sold separately for sure. Is separately for sure. But hold on, we got somebody hijacking my show, but he's also dropping some love. So we'll take it. $4.99 from Media 1Up. What's going on, Media 1Up? Good stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Should DMAC work with John D? Press 1 for yes or 0 for no. So go ahead. Throw it up. Put it in the chat right now. How many ones, how many zeros can we possibly get? Should David McIntosh work with John D? Is it possible? Can it be done? Media 1Up wants to know. Media 1Up shall find out. Count the ones, count the zeros, John. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. What can I give you? Something special? Capcom love? Hell yeah, here it is.
Perfect.
I always wondered about that, Jeremy. I think, could you just get mad and twist that? As far as Media 1Up and their question, we got a lot of ones here. A lot of ones. And I think somebody didn't understand the assignment. We got a -2 from Messiah. That's fine. He's I don't know how that counts, how that figures in. I think he's trying to negate 2 votes. Looks like everybody's saying 1 though. John, I think you got a lot of excitement for John D working with D Mac. And yeah. Keep D Mac in the USA. Canada doesn't deserve him. He's an American treasure now. What do you think about that? Oh, yeah. So what do you think about that? What do you think about a $5 super chat like this one from Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger? Thank you so much, buddy, for being here. Always supporting the channel. My big blue was less than half of a BattlePod. Just saying. Cheers, brother. Well, Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, once I get to Chicago, you and I, put this in, may need to have a conversation. I know. Just teasing me now. Oh, we got a 0. Oh, see, null and void. And Messiah's hitting with the -2 again. Oh, it's always canceling out all kind of. It's crazy. And we also have a no opinion. So that makes sense. That's fine. No opinion. John D wins Street Fighter 2. Exactly. Okay, so we got this. We're talking about this. I love the color scheme. The accessories, you may think that they're not necessary. I think if you're going to have a USB Type-C cable, I love the fact that they're adding the little controller port. I also love the box that this is going to come in. That looks so good. The box off to the left looks beautiful. This is the thing I'm most interested in. Price is always going to be the thing that will maybe make this prohibited, right? So if this is coming in, this is basically it's a digital only. So this is what, $500, $450. What's I forget what the price of the digital is. Less than $500. If this thing comes out and it's $550, yeah, okay, you got some extras in there. It's got the color scheme, $550. Okay, I mean it's a little bit expensive, but that's fine. I'll keep my disk drive, no problem. But if this thing is 600 or more, I just can't. I just can't. Now you're just getting greedy now. And I know, crazy. Sony greedy? No. But yeah, 600 or more, I'm probably going to be out. So I'm going to be just probably sticking with the controller. Pick up the controller, the standard DualSense. So there's that is. So I'm interested in this. We'll see what the price is. Love the box. Love everything. And then part of me is like, well, maybe I'll just buy this and just wrap it up and never open it up, and just wait. Maybe the price will go up and I'll be able to sell it. But that's not necessarily going to be the case for the regular PlayStation 5. This is the one that is really going to shock a lot of people. Not so much what's included, but I think the eventual price, which we don't know yet. So real quick, here's what you're getting: a PS5 Pro that they just announced. And everybody's freaking out about the $700 for the PS5 Pro. Now you're getting a limited edition, a true limited edition, limited to 12,300 consoles in the gray with the extra side panel for the disc drive. And the multiple controllers. You're getting a standard DualSense, and then the Edge DualSense with all of its stuff. You're getting a controller charging stand. You're getting all the stuff that you're getting, the cords and everything with the other PS5. And then you're also getting a completely different box that this comes in. These will be serial numbered. They will have the little 30th anniversary logo on the very bottom. The PlayStation 5 will not. This, I think, is going to be north of $1,000. When you consider what you're getting, I mean, what's going to be, if you just bought this stuff just standard, you're talking about a standard PS5 Pro, $700. It's going to come with the controller. Okay, $700. But not a disc drive. You want the disc drive, that's separate. The DualSense is $100-ish, maybe. So now you're at, $800. But factor in the 30th anniversary spin. Factor in the charging stand for both of them. It's like $30. So, but this is an exclusive, so it's probably going to be valued at $50 or $100. I just think this is going to be $999. I think this is going to be $1,000 or more. That's where this is at. So I do love the way this looks, but I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not going to go crazy. And if this thing is 600 or more, I'm just going to, it's not even, and this one is not even serial numbered. It's going to be limited, I'm sure, but not as limited as the Pro. And I am not spending $1,000 on this. No way. Now, scalpers are going to love it. Some people are going to think it's just an investment. And I get that. That's fine, because these things will go up. The Pro will definitely go up. So I'm going to tell you this. If you want to buy something and never open it and save it for the future, this is the one you want to get. Because this thing, if it's $1,000, you give it 4 or 5 years, and that price is going to go through the roof. That price will probably double or triple, depending on how many of these things actually make it, how many people are playing them, open them. I mean, sealed in box 5 years from now, you could probably triple your money on this. And that's conservative, because you're talking about over 12,000 of these are out there. If this was limited to 5,000 or 2,000, it's a different story. But that's just, if you want to do it. You're also going to have scalpers fighting like hell to get their hands on these. For me, I just don't care. I'm not going to do that. The only thing I'm interested in is this right here. This is what I'm digging. I mean, for the box and everything, I think the box is sick. Everything's sick. So $550, cool. I'll do it. I'll sell my other PlayStation. I'll find a way to get this for sure, or I'll get it and sell the PlayStation 5 later, whatever. But what they really missed out, I did my video, I'm talking about it. They should have included if they really want to milk this for all of its worth, you should have had console covers, 30th anniversary console covers. You're still not going to fool anybody. This also includes a stand, which you don't get with the standard PlayStation, and that gray. And then the center of the actual console is gray too. So you're not going to be able to pass this off for a true 30th anniversary if you just had side panels, because you're going to have a gloss black center of the console. It's fine, So you're not going to necessarily fool anybody, but you can still get the look, and that's only going to cost you $60 for a set of plates, console covers. So they missed the boat there. I think they should have did that, and then a lot of people would have bought those, and that's part of the draw of this console anyway. So that's a damn shame. But beyond that, this is the only one I'm interested in. Let me know what you think about that. You're watching this on the replay in the comment section. Right now, did anybody care about this at all? Is this just stupid, waste of money, waste of time? Or does anybody like this? Oh, here we go. Should have come with Astrobot. Should have come with maybe a download code for some classic games. Yes, it does go live. That's the only thing that's delayed. The PS5, not the PS5 Pro. The PS5, regular digital PS5, those pre-orders are going to happen in October, I forget what day. October 30th or something, late October, I think. Everything else is going to go on pre-order September 26th. So everything else, and next week, you're going to be able to pre-order everything else. So controllers and stuff, I would recommend get the controller. Go ahead and pre-order a controller if you can. Just a standard DualSense, because who knows? The other stuff, no idea where you're going to be able to get that stuff. But the controller, the standard DualSense is going to be something you can get at Walmart and Best Buy and everywhere. But the PlayStation Pro is going to be Sony Direct exclusive. The DualSense Edge is going to be Sony Direct exclusive. You're going to have to go on their website and buy that stuff. But the PS5 regular 30th anniversary is going to be available at Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, all that. But those pre-orders are going to happen in mid to late October. So just to let you know, that is the one I'm most interested in. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get a price leak, and then I'll know right off the bat if I want it or don't want it. Yeah, 2,000 at least. 2,000 at least for sure. So if you're interested, if you want to get it, if you're looking at for an investment, I know it sounds silly, but if you want to invest, have something that is an investment, this is probably the one you want to go with. But as for me, as for this guy, no, listen, I've got enough expensive habits. Okay. I don't need to be worried about spending, $1,000 on a PS5 Pro. I'm just going to wait for the PS6. Anyway. One more topic tonight. I want to talk to you about something brand new, a brand new production company, a brand new maker, builder of arcades. I came across a video, Big Gun Arcades. This is a YouTube channel. You can jump over there and you can check it out. Just got a few videos of these. These are gun cabinets. These are gun cabinets, the gun pedestals. And they are packed with a bunch of games. But the one thing that I really like about this is the way that they're built, and the fact that they have those guns that the same guns they used on the Sega cabinets from back in the day, like New York Gunblade and LA machine guns. Those big machine guns. They got the solenoids inside. They got the counter on the back. So they're really awesome. I was checking this out, and at the time that I reached out to the individual that runs this, can I say his name? I'll say maybe not the whole name. I'll say his first name, but his name is Fernando, and he is based out of I think it's Miami, Florida, and he's been refining the process. So he started making some stuff, and it turned out okay, but he's been getting better and better and better. And like I said, I saw this video, and I wanted to check it out. There was no website at the time. I talked to him. We went back and forth on messaging, emails, and then I finally spoke to him. He is very, very passionate about what he's doing over at Big Gun Arcades. And let's check out the website real quick. Let me share that with you, because like I said, this thing just went live. Present, share screen, go to bam. There you go. This thing just went live a few days ago, I think. So this is the website. This is what we're talking about. Let me show you. This is what I saw, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? This is a pedestal that has an HDMI connection. He also built a version that has a projector in it, which is really cool. All these videos are on his YouTube channel. He's brand new to the space. He's got a few of these builds out there, built them for some customers. And this pedestal is freaking sick. It's got that subwoofer in the bottom there, 2 speakers above. He built that so that you could really feel like the sound effects and the bass right there by your waist where you're firing the machine gun. So it kind of made some sense. But these guns are really cool. I've seen these gun kits. They cost a lot of money. Like AliExpress and other places have them, but they're very expensive. What he's done is he's integrated all this stuff into this pedestal. There's a PC in there running all this stuff. And like I said, the bass, the sound, all this sounds really cool. That little strip directly below the guns is like a little marquee. So this is pretty cool, but he's also got a couple other builds on here. You scroll down here, you see that he has an homage. You can see the price, $3,000. That does not include shipping. This is just like an homage to the original Terminator cabinet from back in the day, but incorporates his guns. And of course, it's got more than just T2 on it. You're talking about 300 plus gun games. Now, these are the latest and greatest games like Terminator Salvation, all the Alien Extermination, the newest gun games that they have out in the arcades right now are built into this thing. And I mean, from what I've seen, guys, this looks incredible. But this is, like I said, this is an homage to that original cabinet. It's got a widescreen 16:9 monitor inside of it, and those guns are mounted in the traditional locations. This is something he offers. It's pretty cool. Let me go back here. There we go. This is the pedestal that I was looking at. Different art packages. I did talk to him about black, just standard black without any artwork at all. He says he does offer that. He uses 3/4 inch plywood and melamine. So you're looking at how do I mute that? Damn it. Let me go back. He uses black melamine laminated plywood on either side. So you could just get a black version of this and add your own artwork later. But he's got the gun cart for about $2,500. Here's the light gun shooting cabinet. This is a total cabinet. You've probably seen something similar like this. But custom artwork on the side. This looks really cool. That's $3,000. This is the one that's also $3,000. But this thing, I'm kind of interested in this. Although I think if I was going to go for anything, I'd be interested to check out the gun cart. The gun cart is, I think, is where it's at. You can kind of roll that out of the way, plug that into any TV. That looks really cool. So, like I said, I talked to the guy. He seems really cool. This is made in the USA. He's very passionate about this. And if you want to reach out, I would recommend reaching out to him. The website, you can check that out. You can also contact him right here. Go to the contact tab and send him an email and say, hey, listen, I'm curious. I saw you on Fox's channel. Is $3,000 a hard number? What's really included in all that? And what about artwork and different packages? And talk to him about see what he's got to offer. I can vouch for the guy as far as being a guy who's really passionate about this stuff. He's built many of these things before, and he's watched my show. So we can't be all bad, right? It's also important to, take the time to support different, not just content creators, but people that are in the space, building home arcades, building new stuff. And I mean, if you're interested at all, check it out. And maybe offer some tips and advice. Maybe if you've got some feedback for him. Maybe if the price is too high, the price is too low, the stuff he's including doesn't make sense, artwork package, different stuff, different options. Maybe a single gun pedestal to cut down on some of the costs. Maybe that would be something that you could suggest. But yeah, if you're interested in this, go over to his YouTube channel and check out the videos. They're well shot. They're well narrated. And then if you're interested, if that kind of intrigues you, maybe send him an email and see what he's got to offer. But this is something really cool. I love gun games a lot. My T2 Arcade 1-Up gets a ton of play. Everybody loves it. No matter, they always gravitate towards that one. Of course, they're usually waiting in line for Star Wars BattlePod, so they got to have something else to play. But gun games are always fun. This is really cool. I dig it. I think that if you've got a limited space and you want to pack a lot into a small package, this could be the way to go, for sure. Dark Realm Gaming says, I hope you and your family had an awesome weekend. Just passing by to leave you a thumbs up. Stay safe. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the well wishes. Hope your family had a great weekend too, buddy. Kevin, pay with PayPal. Exactly. I'm going to get Glenn's Kickstarter for my gun games. There you go. Yeah, light gun games and all that. It does. I think his kit does work with light gun games also with Sinden. But definitely want to reach out to him and check it out if you're curious about that. Yeah, because they gave great jobs to support their families, and then came on YouTube, and we, the audience, want to donate money. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so just somebody I wanted to highlight. Like I said, I had a chance to talk to him, and I really liked what he had to say. He seemed really passionate about it. So if you're curious, if you want some guns, some gun games in your life, you might want to check out Big Gun Arcades. Oh, would you look at that?
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up.
Unfortunately, it is that time to go ahead and wrap it up. But before we do, members of this channel, you're going to be automatically redirected to the after show that's happening in just a few minutes. I know we run a little bit late. Sorry. Had a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. If you want to become a member, click that join button. It's only $5 a month. You'll have access to all the after shows, which is just us talking about everything we talked about tonight and whatever else you want to talk about. Also, I have member exclusive videos and community posts and all that. So if that interests you, click that join button, become a member today. One more thing. We got to take a look at that poll question. A very important poll question tonight. The poll question was simply this: The home arcade landscape is changing. Would you like to see Media 1UP and GRS work together? I'm going to go ahead and end that poll right now. Thank you so much to everybody who took the time to vote in that poll. 156 votes. The number 3 answer is yes. I want them to collaborate on a project. So they both come together and make one project. 26% of you said that. And that means that, what was it? So was it a yes? Is it a no? The number 1 spot, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, is no. 41% say no, keep them totally separated. It's probably because maybe there's too much water under the bridge. Or maybe they could patch it up, but still stay separate. Maybe that's the best way to go. So number 1, 41% of you say no, just keep them separated. 32% of you say yes, help keep, and they can help each other out. And yes, another 26% of you said, oh, yes, just make them collaborate. So I guess depending on how you look at it, even though the no won, the yes kind of won because, it was actually more people saying yes, but in different ways. So I guess the point is the community is kind of split. I think the main thing that I would like to see is those two guys just patch things up behind the scenes. Now, if that turns into a collaboration, if that turns into one helping the other to get something else done, that's just a bonus. But the main thing is you two patch it up. Make amends because life is too short, and that's something we should all do, no matter who we are, whether we own a company or not. Hey, we're just goofy YouTubers making goofy videos. So everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. Members hang out. You're going to be redirected. Everybody else, have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And I'll see all of you right back here next time. Peace.